right, Apollo. You ready? Well, hey there, everyone. It's Anthony. I'm back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi. Hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Hi, hello. Hope you're doing well. Make sure to leave in the comments how things are going for you. Today we are out here at I'm just going to call it the Arvada open space. There's a sign up here. I always forget the name of this little lake reservoir area. Every single time we come up here, I'm like, what is this place? But yeah, we're up here. This is our longer little trail walk place. It's about a 7-mile loop all the way around. And today is Monday, the 3rd of February. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's already February. And yeah, I have today and tomorrow off. I had a nice long weekend. And so it's about noon. And me and Apollo slept in a little bit and relaxed. And one of my roommates made quiche with his girlfriend. So he was like, do you want to have some quiche with us? Hold on, we might have a potty break here in just a second. I was like, do you want to have quiche with us? I was like, yeah, sure. Potty break, hold on. So yeah, he's like, do you want to have quiche with us? I was like, yeah, sure. So I had a nice breakfast with them today and just kind of relaxed. I watched a little bit of TV with them and then made myself a coffee and then did my long form skincare routine. Just kind of had a really relaxed morning. And then I was like, okay, Apollo, it's coming up on noon. We should probably go do something. And my intention was to take him up for a hike off leash, but I wanted to respond to some comments. And usually the areas that we go do not have cell service, so I wouldn't be able to refresh and like and heart and all that stuff. So I was like, let's just go to our long walk area because I get service there. Plus, we can still get some exercise. So that's what we're doing. I'm feeling like I was just kind of having a lazy morning and I'm feeling still a little low energy. I feel like I slept well last night. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. So I'm hoping getting my body moving and grooving will kind of charge that up a little bit. So yeah, so I figured we'll do this and then see how I'm feeling, if I should have lunch or if the quiche will hold me over until later. But yeah, I'll give you a quick life update, just like a quick couple little things before we get into some comments. Things are going well. Life's going good. Work's going good. I have tomorrow off as well. So I had Friday, so I had like a little 5-day situation, which was nice. Come on. And yeah, so work's going good. Life's going good. I went and had dinner with some friends, with Alex and Jeff and Lara on Friday. That way, well, we were planning on it anyway, but I was able to give him Wizard's Spell, which he was really excited about. So he got Wizard's Spell. I was able to give that to him. And then we ate at this place called Mia Moon. And it's not Mia like Mia, our Mia. It's Miya. And I don't think it's Maya. I think it's Mia. But anyway, it's this Asian restaurant. A little far away. It was a little bit of a trek to get down there. It's in a town called Lone Tree. And it was decent. I mean, they had good food. It was certainly better than like a, strip mall, your typical sesame chicken lunch special kind of place. The quality was higher than that. And the prices were actually really reasonable. But certainly wasn't something that I'd drive out to for, again, I had found it on Instagram. I have like a couple Instagram accounts that I follow that are like Denver foodie and Denver food scene, and it popped up on there, and the atmosphere looks really cool, which it did. Yeah, it popped up on there, but it just wasn't like knock your socks off. It was fine. It was like slightly a step above just your normal run-of-the-mill kind of Americanized Chinese restaurant, but it wasn't anything incredible. It was good. It was good. So we had a good time there and hung out for quite some time. Essentially, we shut the place down. We were talking for a long time, but that was really good. And then on Saturday, I went up to my mom's and hung out with her, and she bought lunch for me and my two brothers, and we just hung out and kind of caught up on life and making sure she's doing okay, all that good stuff. So that was really nice. I was up there for a few hours on Saturday. These, oh, that scared me. I was like, it sounded like thunder, but it was just that cyclist going over the bridge. I'm like, there's no way we're having a thunderstorm right now. And I'm also trying to stamp the mud off of my feet. So it is a beautiful day. I'm in a t-shirt. It's like in the high 60s, low 70s here today. It's like, this is crazy that just like a week or so ago, it was like -8 and now it's like 70. So there's still some snow hanging on here and there, but all it's really doing is just creating a muddy environment, which is okay. So yeah, come on. I don't want to have to pull you this entire trip. Come on. So I don't know how much of this we're gonna do, but we'll go as far as I'm willing to go, and then we'll either turn back or do the whole loop. I have a feeling he's gonna go on a potty break number 2, because he usually does when we're out here. For some reason, it invokes him to do that. But we'll see. Come on, Apollo. I really, really don't want to have to pull you. Let's just go forward. So yeah, went and saw my mom on Saturday. I can't remember what day it was and if we've already talked about it, but I took Apollo to the groomer. He got his self-wash, which I do, and then he got his nails trimmed and Dremeled down. So he's looking nice and clean, and he smells good. And then yesterday, Sunday, I did a lot of housework and did some diamond painting, and then I went up to see Matt, and we just did Thai. Ooh, that was a lot of mud. Ugh. We did Thai at his place and watched a horror series on Netflix that I watched back years ago when it came out in 2019, but I never got through the whole thing. It's only 8 episodes, but they're hour-long episodes, and I never got through the whole thing because I kept getting too scared. I was watching it alone, and I kept getting too scared, and then I think I watched one more episode with Alex at one point years ago, but we never finished it together, and I kind of just stopped watching it because I didn't want to watch it alone. So I'm trying to get back into it. So we watched the first 2 episodes again last night, but again I was like, I'm scared. But it was good. It was good. So we watched that. It was a French horror series. It's called Marianne. And then you just have to watch it with the subtitles. But it's very good. It's very well done. It's just scary. Sorry, everyone. I have so much mud on my shoes, and it's like kicking up against the back of my legs and stuff. Okay, come on. So yeah, that was last night. And here we are. So yeah, that was about it. It's been a pretty uneventful few days off, but it has been nice to just kind of relax and regroup. And I still have a lot more tidying up around the house. I want to do kind of some spring cleaning, early spring cleaning kind of stuff. So that'll be this afternoon, and then I have tomorrow off. So tomorrow will be all of that. What? Did you find some snow to eat? Come on, let's go. Let's go. You fired up because of the snow? Let's go. So yeah, just some more tidying up. That was kind of the plan today. And honestly, I was going to film this at the craft table today because I was under the assumption that my roommates would be at work today, but one of them had the day off, the one that made the quiche. And then my other roommate, Joe, he came back from skiing yesterday and he's like, I'm really sick. And I was like, okay, get away from me. Goodbye. I'm going to Matt's now. See ya. He's like, yeah, I'm really sick. And so he is homesick today. So he was sprawled out on the couch looking miserable. So I've mentioned it a million times, but I'm not a huge fan of filming while people are home. So I was like, okay, I'll turn this into a responding to your comments vlog and I'll get out of the house for a couple hours. Hi. So yeah, that's what we're up here doing. It's like, I'm not about to get sick and everyone's milling about the house, so I'm not gonna film. Sorry for the stamping. I'm still getting mud off of my shoes. Let me see if I can traipse through the snow a little bit and get some of this to come off. There we go. That's helping. Gross. Apollo, I'm muddy. There, that really helped. Okay, I get it. It's snow. Oh my gosh. Hey, Apollo. Okay, I get it. It's snow. Yeah, I see it. Come on. Come on, you little monster. Come on. You crazy. There's lots of cyclists today. So yeah, that's life right now. Yeah, that's really about it. I'll quickly touch on my diamond painting progress. So I finished Wizard's Spell. You saw the finish and review, and I am one section away from being done with Warm Witch by Ivy Dullamore in Diamond Art Club. I started working on it last night, and it's not quite one normal section that I do, which is a 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter, the size of the Diamond Art Club release paper. It's about 50% bigger than that. So I'd say it's like a 10 by 15. So I started on that last night when I got home from Matt's, but it was already pretty late. I sat down and I put 2 colors down. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm not gonna, because normally I would just push myself to finish it, you know? I'm surprised I didn't just stay up all night on Saturday night getting it done. But I left it for Sunday. Didn't have a chance to work on it all day. And then I got home after Matt, so I was like, okay, let's get this last section done so you can have it finished tonight. And I got like 2 colors and I was like, Anthony, you're tired. Are you really gonna just push and stay up to get this done? Or can it possibly wait another day? My gosh. So I was like, it'll wait. So it's still, come on. It's still sitting sitting in my room, almost done, but I will get it done today. So I'll probably finish that, and then hopefully, if my roommate's feeling better and my other roommate has work tomorrow, then I'll be able to film that finish and review tomorrow and have it up. So that's the plan. That's the plan. And then once that's done, then I will be working on Train to Tokyo again from Dreamer Designs. And I'm hoping to get that done by the end of the month. And that'll put us into March, where I should be able to ideally finish another one of my whips. Probably cresting is what I'm going to focus on. So that would be nice. Once Warm Witch is done, I'll be down to 5 whips, which is like the lowest I've had in a long time. I'll have Garden of Earthly Delights, Cresting, my Custom of Apollo. Garden of Earthly Delights, Cresting, Custom of Apollo. What's the other one? Cognac Biscuit. Is that it? Maybe that's it. Maybe I'll just have 4. No, that can't be right. Let me look. Let me look. Come on, buddy. Apollo, Cresting, Garden of Earthly Delights, and Cognac Biscuit. Yeah, if I get Train to Tokyo and Warm Witch done this month, which I think I can do, that'll just leave me with the 4. So, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that'll be awesome. As far as plans, my Dueling Dragons kits, which is Dragon Spirit and Guardian of the Realm, those have yet to be kitted up. They're in my room ready to be kitted up. I haven't done it quite yet because I'll need to place a pretty major order with DP with sparklers to get those started. And I'm like, I feel like I want to take a little break on the spending for a minute. So I'm probably going to give myself another week or two to get those going, because it's going to be a pretty pricey enhancement. So I'm not even sure. Part of me is like, you know what you could do is you could keep postponing on those until later in the year and just start on Moon Girlfriend by Ivy Dollamore is a round gel canvas, and I already have that kitted up. And I think I was planning on enhancing that, but I might just pick some colors out of my stash that might work and just use some stash colors and just get that one going. And then regroup once that's done, because then I won't have to spend any extra money on enhancing it. So yeah, my mindset is kind of in a buy as minimal as you possibly can force yourself to until after your vacations. That way you have extra fun money and stuff. So we'll see. So there's a potential that I'll start on Moon Girlfriend, since it's already kitted up, as my next round once Warm Witch is done today. We'll see. I'm going to take a look at my spare enhancement storage and see what I've got to play with and take it from there. So that would give me some more time before I have to spend. I mean, I'm planning on pretty much enhancing the majority of the colors. So I'm like, this might end up being like an extra $100 per kit in enhancements. So that's a lot. So, so I've got to figure that out. We'll see. And then come May, I'll have the kit that I'm doing with Mia for our May Flowers event. Hold on. So yeah, I'll have our kit for the May Flowers event And then that puts us into Summer with the Masters. And that'll be Garden of Earthly Delights. And then we'll go from there. So yeah, it'd be cool by May 1st to have cresting done as well. That would be awesome. It's a big old super confetti heavy kit, so I know it's going to be a lot of work, but it would be nice to get that done. I came out here today, I did my skincare routine, and I did my winter skincare routine, which usually involves a heavier moisturizer, an extra couple layers of toner, and then I'll put a few drops of an oil in with my moisturizer just to add some more kind of emollient to it, just to help my skin with the dryness. And granted, it is dry out here, but it's also warm today. I did put sunscreen on, but it is warm today and the sun's beating down, and I can feel like the heaviness of my skin, my winter skincare routine. I'm like, oh, I feel oily. Especially because I've got a little bit of perspiration coming through. I'm like, ugh, I feel a little greasy, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so yeah, hopefully I can stick to my plan and have cresting done by May 1st, along with Train to Tokyo. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And if I could sneak Moon Girlfriend in there too, that would be extra awesome. So, yeah, I haven't had the kitting up bug recently. Usually I'll get the kitting up bug and I'm like, I know I'm not going to get to these for a long time, but I just want to kit some stuff up. I've got the empty storage containers. So I usually get the kitting up bug when I've got this many empty storage containers, but it hasn't hit me yet. I'm hoping to keep it at bay and just focus on working up what I have already done and kitted up or as a whip. But we'll see. Next time you see a video, I might be like, so I kitted up 6 projects. But we'll see. We'll see. I did end up buying a few kits. For this most recent, yesterday's release with Diamond Art Club. There was a new kit from Color Out of Place that was released, and it was like this little island on a body of water, and it was stunning, beautiful. I loved it. So I had to get that. So snagged that, and then 2 other kits from my wish list were available. One has been in stock for a minute. I've just been putting off buying it. And the other one was a recent restock, and it was called, let's see, it was called so Island of Time by Color Out of Place is the new release. It's a 69.9 by 92.8 centimeter square drill canvas, 69 colors, 2 ABs, and 3 fairy dust. Then I got In Your Memory by Yume Art. That's the picture of the woman holding her arm behind her. And I can't remember if she's holding a leash that doesn't have anything on it, or she just has her arm in like a holding a leash position, but then in the reflection of the water is her as a little girl with the leash holding a dog, but the dog's no longer there. I have been putting off purchasing that piece because it makes me emotional thinking about, like, you know, I don't ever want to lose my little baby Appo, but I want to add it into my collection because it's a Yume Art, and it probably will be a kit that I don't work on until that inevitability does happen. It's hard to think about, you know, you don't want to think about like losing a pet in the future, and he's going to be turning 3 in a few weeks, or in a couple weeks. So I mean, I'm hoping that I don't have to work on that. I don't feel like I want to work on that kit for like a very long time, so it'll be in my stash forever. And it could be a kit that I never work on, but from a completionist sake and a Yume art fan sake, and I do think it's a very beautiful image, it just, you know, it's just hard to think about, you know, but who knows where I'll be in life when I actually want to work on that, and if it'll even be something that they still carry. You know, I could imagine in 10, 12, however long years that they aren't even licensing with Yume or aren't even the same company anymore, or, you know, it's been completely discontinued. So I was like, let me get it so I have it, you know. I don't have to think about it. I just know it's just there, you know, it's just there. So so I got that, and that's a 65 by 104 centimeters square with 76 colors, including 3 ABs and 3 fairy dust. And then the last one I got has been on my wish list for, since it sold out. It was kind of a maybe for me, and then it sold out. And it's called Flamingo Paradise. And it's a 55.8 by 80.9 centimeters square with 60 colors, 3 ABs, and 2 fairy dust. That one just really called to me because it has these really bright flamingo pinks in it, obviously. But I think it'll enhance beautifully. I can't wait to encrust that with some beautiful like pink sparklers and glimmers and pink pearls. Like, I really think I can doll that one up. And I love the contrast because it's kind of got a black 310 border around it, and then there's just this pop of pinks from the flamingos, and the rendering, at least on the site, looks beautiful. So that one I ended up snagging 2. So yeah, got 3. But I'm making a lot of progress on my whip, so I'm like, okay, I'm rolling, rocking and rolling. Should have another finish done today, probably 2 more by May, and then yeah. So I'm feeling good. I'm optimistic about the amount of projects I've been able to get done. And Wizard Spell was a big boy. I mean, that was a large, very detailed, confetti-heavy project, so I was kind of surprised that I got it done so quickly. But it just makes me feel like, okay, you know, my stash is gonna get bigger, that's no lie, but at least I'm not stagnant on the back end, you know, I'm moving through them. So, yeah, we'll see. If I can get Train to Tokyo done sooner than a month, you know, before the end of February, and start making some good progress on Moon Girlfriend this month too, if that's the direction I decide to go, that would be kind of cool. So yeah, just having fun with it. So yeah, I probably should, kitting up wise, I probably should think about kitting up the project for Mia and I's event in May, in case I do want to enhance it, and just take a closer look at it. And we'll announce everything. I think Mia and I were planning on filming our announcement video tomorrow, so you should have everything really soon. And we'll tell everyone which kit we've selected, because we're working on the same one. But it'll be May 1st through May 31st, and it's called Mayflowers 2025, if that gives you any indication on the theme. So yeah. All right, well, I guess let's get into some comments here. So I've been rambling for so long. Let me pull them up. I should have worn my sunglasses today, my word. Okay. View all. All right, so going to my unboxing of Lead Us Not Into Temptation by Alphonse Mucha and Jaded Gem Shop. Just Jesse here says, oh wow, that is definitely one that would intimidate me, but I'd love to see what it looks like finished. What a project piece. Yeah, for sure. That one's going to be quite the undertaking, especially given the kind of monochromatic color palette and the amount of detail and confetti in it. It's going to be it's going to take a lot of patience for sure. But I think the finished image is just going to be so worth it, you know. So I'm really excited. Thank you. Then going to my unboxing of Candy Waterfalls by Eau Claire Studio and Diamond Art Club. Vaughn says, "Oh, you made my day. Those are beautiful colors, but I especially love that you pointed out the rocks floating in the water. I need to find this magical place where rocks float, LOL. Avatar." Yeah, I should have just said the rocks in the water, but I think I said floating in the water. But yeah, that image is so cool. That unboxing was really fun to do. Then going to my vlog episode 186, Tracy Owen says, "Hi Anthony, great video. I love to see you walk Apollo. He is so well behaved and of course so cute. Thank you so much for sharing." Of course, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Now that I'm moving and getting some good breathing going, I'm starting to feel hungry. I only had like one little piece of quiche and a cup of coffee. So I'm feeling lunch already, and I'm like in my, like the part of my brain that's just like, you know, just thinking and running is like, "What are you gonna have for lunch? What do you want for lunch?" I'm like, hush, I'm trying to respond to comments. And then going to my unboxing of Candy Waterfalls, Trin gives some heart emojis. Thank you. Thanks for watching. And Michelle Callender says, "Beautiful colors in this canvas." Thank you. Then going to my unboxing of Rustic Autumn Mill Waterfall by Angela Anderson in Diamond Art Club. Cheryl Berry says, "Out of curiosity, what's your stash count at the moment? I am personally trying to downsize more." Yeah, that's not me. I'm not trying to upsize, but I'm certainly not trying to downsize. It's just, I don't know. There's just so many beautiful kits that have been coming out from Diamond Art Club recently that I'm just like, oh my goodness. I mean, even today they released some 4 images for Black History Month, and I was so tempted. I was at checkout with 2 of them, and I was like, you know what? Yes, you love these, but wait until this coming Saturday, because I'm going to place this order for 2 kits, and then come Saturday, I'm sure there's going to be like 1 kit from Diamond Art Club that I want from the new releases, and then I'll have to pick a second one on top of that to meet free shipping, and so I'll end up with a 4th kit, and I'm like, just wait until Saturday, and if these 2 are still in stock, then you can grab those plus whatever that new release is. But if you do it now and you get these 2, you're gonna end up getting at least 2 more on Saturday. Just wait and see what they release. And if there isn't anything from the new releases that you want, and these 2 Black History Month projects or releases are still in stock, then you can get them then. And if they're out of stock, then you put them on your wish list. And that's that. But it's been tough. They've just been really doing well with their new releases. There was a couple weeks recently, say like the past like 2 weeks, where there wasn't a ton. But so I was getting restocks. But yeah, they're doing some good work. And Yume Art just released a new image that she completed, a new piece of artwork that she completed, and it is so stunning. I can't even tell you. It's on her Instagram. It's so stunning. I can't even tell you. The second I saw it, I was like, I know for sure that Diamond Art Club's going to be picking this up. There's just no way around it. It's beautiful. If Editing Anthony feels so inclined, he can throw it in picture in picture, but oh my gosh, I was like, yep, I'm gonna be buying that the second it comes out. So yeah, they're doing a really good job. They're doing a really good job over there with some of their new releases, and I'm more inclined to snag them from Diamond Art Club because they do have that kind of FOMO built into their product structure where, you know, it does sell out and you have to wait. Whereas with some of my other shops that do made to order, like Diamond Painting Shop, Jaded Gem Shop, those types of places, I don't necessarily have to worry about that. So something can sit on my wish list forever, and as soon as I'm ready to buy it, I don't have to worry about it being out of stock because they'll just make it, you know. So it's the Diamond Art Clubs that get me, and then taking a look at my finishes of all the kits that I've done, more than half of them are Diamond Art Club. And I do have, you know, favorite shops and shops that I like to complete, but when I really think about which diamond painting company and which diamond paintings I'm most happy to work on and I'm most frequently working on, it's Diamond Art Club. It's where I spend the majority of my diamond painting time is on their products. So I'm like, why wouldn't I snag a couple more, you know? But that all ebbs and flows with finances too, you know. If I'm able to and I'm comfortable to do it, then fine, but there's other times where I do have to press pause on things. Like for instance, there's a few kits on my wish list that are on my wish list because at the time they released, I just couldn't swing it. And so they're just sitting there. One of them I missed out on. It got restocked and I thought I'd wait on it till the end of the week, and it disappeared again. It was Primrose by Alphonse Mucha, but so it's still living on my wish list. But there's some others that they haven't restocked, and it's been a minute, and I'm really hoping for it. Maybe next time we sit down at the craft table, I'll go through my wish list. I think there's only like 8 or 9 kits on it, but I want them all so bad. Candy Waterfalls was the most recent one. I was like, yes, finally. And now this flamingo one. But there's still some more. Like there's one that Pixie Sticks did that's like a mountain landscape, and it's a smaller kind of snack size. You know what? Let's just go through it. Might as well. We're here. So I've got to remove the ones that I did snag. Okay, so I have My Inner Sanctuary by Yume Art. I keep missing that one, so I'd like to get that. Then there's one called Quiet Mountain Lake, and it's by, let's see if it'll load, by Denise Dundon / Sagebrush, and I think it's just so stunning and very realistic. And the rendering is also very stunning. Beautiful. It looks like a lot of places I go camping. It's got what appears to be the aspens, and yeah, it looks very Colorado. So I was like, I have to have that one, but hasn't restocked yet. And then Irradiant by Yume Art is on my list. And then this is the one by Pixie Sticks. It's called A Day's Journey. Another beautiful, warm mountain landscape, and that one is a 50.8 by 66, so it's not massive, especially considering the subject matter. So I really want that one too, so that one's on my list. Then Primrose from Alphonse Mucha, then Breakfast Buddies by Ivy Dullamore. I don't know why I decided that I didn't need that this most recent Black Friday. I don't know why I decided that was a no for me. I don't know what I was thinking, but I should have picked it up. So I'm waiting for a restock on that one. Then we have Filigree Bee. Someone had recommended this kit to me because I want to do a bee kit for my mom. And this one's much more her color palette and style. So I'm just waiting for that to come back. And then Books and Nooks from Yume Art. That one's a maybe. I think it's been restocked and then sold out again. That one's a maybe for me. I'm not 100% in love with the rendering of the girl's face. It's just a little too small. And so it just looks like a few dots, like it's like 10 drills make up her face kind of thing. So I don't know if I'm in love with that. But at a viewing distance, it looks fine. It's a maybe. If it comes back again, I'll decide at the time if I want to do it or not. But it's been off and on my wish list since it came out. Then the last one is called the Equinox. This is another maybe, and it is in stock. It's just another maybe for me. It's by, oh my gosh, I'm going to forget their name. Ashley Cassidy. And they did Persephone, I believe. I have that in my stash. And I just love the imagery. It's so beautiful and kind of haunting. It's so beautiful, but it's a big old square, which I don't have. It's 86. Actually, it's not that big. 86.1 by 55.6. It's just a maybe. I like it, but it's not like an, oh my God, I must have this. So, stand over here. Hi. Okay. So it's a maybe for me. So I think that's 9. I think 9 on my wish list. So yeah, it's mainly those mountain landscapes and the other Yume arts like Irradiant and my Inner Sanctuary that I really want to get my hands on. So I'm hoping we see those soon. Please, Diamond Art Club. And of course the Ivy Dolomore that I keep yelling at everybody that I must have. So yeah. As far as number of kits in my stash, let me tell you. So, let's see. Hopefully this is sorted properly so I can tell you. Yes, it is. So 134 kits that are not whips or kitted up. They're just sitting in the garage. So 134. Then kitted up, not started, I have 3. So 137. And then my whips, I currently have 6. So what's that? 143, right? 143 canvases. So, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I've only finished 53 since I started diamond painting. So, if I keep up this pace, I'll get my current stash done in 7-8 years if I stopped buying them today. So, but I always say that I always say, but it's not really about the number. I would love to get it down, of course, and someday I will, I'm sure. I'd love to get it down, of course, but for me it's more about having a big mix of different diamond paintings and subject matters that I can pick from when I'm ready to dive into a new one. It's also about, a part of it's the collecting piece. Like, gotta have them all from my favorite artist, especially since products do get discontinued, For instance, there's that Ivy Dolomore, that Witch's Bath, that's discontinued and never coming back. It's a limited edition. The Yume Art Mystery Kit I slept on. I saw the actual image, and I didn't think it was right for me. But then I started seeing people finish it, and I'm like, oh, it's beautiful. So someday I might order that on a D-stash. But part of it's that too. And a lot of it has to do with like mood, and I don't know. I could see myself some point in the future just like doing a D-stash or a detox like Lizette did. But if I was to do a detox, then I essentially would stop buying diamond paintings for the next like 5-6 plus years, so that's also not super reasonable for me in my head right now. I just kind of go with the flow, if I have the budget to snag something I really like and I feel comfortable doing it, then that's nobody's business, I guess. And that's kind of how I suggest other people do it. Other people are a lot more rigid with like, I only purchase one when I'm, about to finish my other one, or when I have finished my other one, or I can only have 5 at any given time, or, whatever the case may be. But, yeah, we'll see. I'm thinking that my purchasing from other shops, like the shops that do made to order, will probably slow down because I'm not as worried about missing out on a kit. But Diamond Art Club's got my my wallet by the throat. And good on them. It's a smart business model. But it definitely, if anyone's prey to that kind of model of you might miss out, it's apparently me. So I'll own it. I'm not gonna say, ooh, I'm gonna do some sort of no buy or anything like that. No, because then I'll break it and then I'll just feel disappointed in myself. As long as I'm diamond painting, like actively diamond painting and still doing the craft, then that's that, and still creating content. If I like gave up diamond painting but then was still collecting new kits, then that would be a little crazy, just buying for buying's sake. But it does take up a good portion of my free time, and I really enjoy it. So, and it's so awesome when I do just go to kit up a project and I'm like, let me kit something new up. Let's go shopping. And I go into my stash and I'm like going through and I'm like, I forgot about that one. I said I was gonna do this one. Oh, I love this one. Like it's so fun to just kind of pick through and be like, ooh, look at what I have here, So, if you're trying to downsize, that is awesome. More power to you. Hi. But that is not the era I'm in right now. I'm in the maintain slowly, but the best way to get your stash down is to work on these kits. Get as many done as you can. So yeah, I was thinking, was it yesterday or the day before, I was like, ooh, I should, even though I'm not really kitting anything up or kind of trying not to or haven't been in the mood, I really got to get my 2 Goldens from Eau Claire Studio kitted up so I can get that done. I was like, no, wait, keep waiting. So we'll see. We'll see when the bug finally takes over and I'm like, okay, so I kitted up Golden twice, plus I've got Cutie from Anastasia Degtyarenko going, and then I kitted up these 3 Ivy Dolomores. But I love it. It's fun. So, yeah. Okay. Then we have Casey, that's me, says Angela Anderson has been doing tutorials online painting for years. Oh, wow. She is a fantastic artist. I never knew her art was turned into diamond painting. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, for sure. That's not the only Angela Anderson that is on Diamond Art Club. There's one other. But I don't remember what the image is, but I think they carry right now 2 Angela Andersons. So you'll have to go and take a look. Thanks for the comment. Come on, buddy. Let's keep moving. Come on. Okay, come on. So yeah. And then, so obviously that was in response to Rustic Autumn Mill Waterfall again. And then Kathy Goriner says, lovely canvas. I have that one as well. Looking forward to doing it. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, let me know if you watch this or when you get started on it. Make sure to let me know. It's going to be quite the project because it is a lot of line blocking and a lot of confetti, but it's going to look good. Going to my vlog, episode 166. Apollo, can you pick one lane? Let's pick one lane. Maybe you need to be retrained on that. I'm going to keep you on a short leash. Stay on one side so the cyclists can go by. Going back to my vlog, episode 166. Tracy Cruz says, I missed you. Oh, thank you. I missed you guys too. I definitely had like about a week off of putting anything up. Because I just didn't have any unboxings. For whatever reason, life was just lifing, and I wasn't feeling super motivated to like film a vlog or a whip and chat or anything. So I kind of just let the channel go stagnant there for about a week, but I'm hoping to, I hope to mitigate that as much as possible. And I think the weather definitely impacted that. It was just so cold out. Me and Apollo were going for really several short walks, kind of potty walks, just to get him out to go to the bathroom, and that was about it, because we were just It was just so cold. But yeah, I'm hoping it'll pick back up again. And I do have those 3 kits I just ordered coming in. So that'll provide some more unboxings here in the next week or so, a few days, depending on shipping. So you'll have a few more unboxings to see. And then, yeah, we'll kind of see. I'll do my best. We're still nowhere near out of winter zone for Colorado, but I'll do my best. So yeah, thank you for the comment. Then going back to my unboxing of Rustic Autumn Mill Waterfall. Crafting with Lucretia says, love this picture. Will be so pretty. Hugs to Apollo. Oh, thank you so much. Did you hear that, buddy? Yeah, you got some hugs. And Diamonds in Doberman says, stunning. Glad you got it. Apollo sounds like my Dobby, always pretending to be starving. Yeah, today I gave him breakfast. And he was licking his bowl after it was empty so intently. And he's done that since he was a puppy. After he eats, he has a metal bowl. He will lick it until it's up against the wall. And then he'll bang it up against the wall as he's licking on it, like, more food. I'm like, no. I'm giving you the recommended amount. You're eating plenty, sir. And then some, because he gets treats and little add-ons and stuff too. So he's more than set. And in fact, after Dune left, the dog that I was dog sitting, Apollo actually put a couple pounds on because with Dune, he was just playing and wrestling and grappling and running around the house all day long. And then when we go to the open space, they were sprinting for miles every single day. And he was getting skinny. Like, you could really feel his ribs. His little waist was so teeny tiny. And I was like, Apollo, you've lost like a fair amount of weight just running and playing. And he's by no means overweight, but he was on the thin side. I should have realized and upped his food while Dune was there, but didn't really notice it until Dune was gone. I'm like, Apollo, you're a little skinny mini. So I did up his food a little bit after that, but now we've tapered back off again because, I mean, we still walk, miles every day, but he's not sprinting the entire time. And when we get home, he's not running around and wrestling and grappling. So he's chunked up a little bit back to his normal weight. I think he was, when we went to the pet store the other day, he was at like 78 pounds. So he's back up to his fighting weight. So 80, I think, is 80 or 81's the biggest, the floofiest he's ever gotten. And he still doesn't even feel that big. He just looks more bulky. But when you still feel his sides, you can still feel his little ribs, and his little waist is still small, but he was looking pretty extra slim by the time Dune left. I was like, oh my gosh, my baby's starving. Okay, if you want to be on this side of me, if you're so intent, then you're going to walk on this side. But you can't cross. You can't cross. Okay? So yeah, he's doing good. Then going to my vlog episode 166, Artemis says, ooh, that food sounds good. It would have been so romantic if y'all had gotten snowed in together like those Christmas romance books. All right, calm down. The Nashville trip sounds better as a start to traveling together. It would make the financial investment easier and lessen the anxiety of who pays for what. We camp with pop-up twin beds. They're a huge upgrade if you don't have to hike up to your location. Thanks for the vlog. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I haven't done any hiking to my location or backpacking in a summer or two. And I think it's just because we're all getting older. Not that that's a reason to not do it, but my friends and their girlfriends and their girlfriends, friends, and all that stuff, everyone's kind of migrated into more of a more like relaxed camping vibe as opposed to like through camping or backpacking. So it's almost always pull up to the camp spot. A couple of them have campers now that they love to utilize. So we're kind of limited to if they can get their camper up there, which I don't mind because when we were younger, we would do like, okay, we've got a 4-hour hike. We've got to make it X amount of miles and then we'll be at our first stop. We pack up in the morning, do another full day, and then we're back to, then we're camping again. And I do really like those remote camping situations because the scenery is usually incredible the more remote you can get. But I'm just as happy pulling up to a campsite, unloading my cooler, throwing up my tent, and just walking Apollo and hanging out, And then we can go on a hike from there. But base camp is always the same. So that's kind of how it's been, I'd say, for the past 2 summers. It's all drive-in camping. But you are right. And my setup is set up for lightweight because the fact that we used to go backpacking more. So my setup is kind of geared towards I have to carry all this stuff. But that usually means comfort goes down. So that now I'm starting to think, okay, I need to invest in some more comfort-based things as opposed to like, how heavy is it, Because then I can just throw it in my car and not worry about it. So, yeah. Thanks for the comment. Going to my unboxing of Rustic Autumn Mill Waterfall. Avery says, beautiful, I love the colors in it. Thank you. Then my unboxing of Lead Us Not Into Temptation. Debbie says, wow, gorgeous canvas. Thank you. I love it too. It's awesome. Then my vlog, episode 166. Vaughn says, I don't like On Track either, and I haven't even lost anything. The tracking info is just so poor, I never know when to expect it. I hope your order turns up. Yeah, it did. I poo-pooed on them too early. It arrived on the day that they said it would, but you're right. It's just so hard. Oh, sorry. Jesus, he really came up on us. Apollo, stay. You're gonna get mowed down one day. He likes to go like this. He used to be much better at it, but we haven't been up here in quite some time. And so we haven't really had to deal with cyclists for a minute. But he used to be much better of staying exactly on one side of me without listing. But he wants to sniff over here and sniff over here and sniff over there. And it's like, nope, you got to pick a side and stick with it on this walk because there's so many cyclists. Anyway. Yeah, so it arrived. They do have a, On Track does have a expected delivery date, but they are so bad about updating where it is between, their facility, initial facility, and the house. Like, I'll go days where it says, it is at the On Track facility preparing for next whatever, and it'll just sit there for days, and then all of a sudden it'll be like out for delivery, and it's like, what? Okay. So it's so hard to know, whereas FedEx will be like, arrived at your local FedEx location, prepping for delivery on the truck. They let you know the whole way through, where On Track is just like, well, we'll let you know when it's almost to your house, but until then, who knows? Which I guess is how it used to be. You didn't have these like real-time updates, but the technology exists now, so I feel like they should do it. But anyway, thank you for the comment. Miller Time Mama says it may be worth a shot to call the resort in Cozumel and see if any cheaper rooms have opened up. So the way that this is done for this wedding is it's all booked through Alex and MJ's like wedding planner service. So they have a block of rooms that they set aside for the wedding. And then once a deadline hit, then those rooms are released back to the general public for booking, so they don't just have empty rooms because you didn't have enough people coming to your wedding. So I think that cost is already the discounted rate because it's a group. So I think it would actually be more expensive if it was released. Now, you might be right in the sense that the room that I had to book is a one-room, a villa suite that is a swim up. So the pool butts up against the little patio for the room, so you can swim up right to the back of your hotel room, which is a cool feature and all, but it was a pretty big price up, I would assume, from just a basic room. So that I could have probably just called the resort and booked my own small room and just been there, but I did it the way that I was told. You know, to be part of the wedding party. But yeah, I probably could have found some sort of sneaky way around it. It's fine, it's fine. I'll survive, but it is a little much for a wedding, I personally think, but it'll still be fun. It'll still be fun. Thank you for the comment. Hi. Then going back to Rustic Autumn Mill Waterfall, Vaughn says, I lived in New Jersey a little as a girl, and this reminds me of all the Sunday drives we used to make. So pretty. Ooh, nice. I'll be there this May, so maybe I can find some beautiful rustic drives to take. Trin gives some heart emojis. Then my vlog 166. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it. I'm not sure if it's public knowledge or not, so I'm gonna leave it as this. I'm just gonna say Dark Lady. I can't remember if I got the okay to use their name on my okay, yep. Yeah. I don't know if I got an okay to use their name in my videos in responses or not, or if that was sent as a private message. I don't remember, but I do know it. Dark Lady says, hi, Anthony. I'm so glad you're doing well. Let me tell you, I missed you and your videos. It was a pleasure walking around the neighborhood with you. However, I can't wait for your spring or summer hikes to these picturesque areas. Hope that the trips you have planned will be great and you will have a great time. This year, I'm going to visit my sister in Manchester for a holiday. Yay! And I can't wait. I wish you a wonderful day and kiss Apollo from me. Yes, I will. He's going to get extra treats today, too. That's awesome. Yeah, there will certainly be more hiking and camping and outdoorsy stuff as the weather warms. I haven't been feeling motivated to... Nope. One side. To go cross-country skiing yet this season. I obviously will at some point, but I just haven't been feeling up for the drive and the traffic, so I will soon. I'm gonna have to do it this month or next month before the season starts to wrap up, but I do want to get up there at least once this year, so if I can, I'll bring you up for that, but yeah, just as every year, hikes, outdoor stuff, lots of that. It's kind of funny. I think last summer I was a little less up in the mountains, like way up, because living in Golden, I mean, it's not way up in the mountains by any stretch of the imagination, but it is, you know, the trail's right out our back door, and there's miles and miles of trails. Places like this are super close. The open space in Boulder is very close, and it's just like, you know, I don't mind being close to home. Of course, it's not as picturesque, but we're both getting the same exercise, and Apollo doesn't know the difference. But we will. I'll try to make, we'll make some specific trips. I'd love to make it up to Telluride to share that with you guys. It's such a beautiful area. And we haven't been up to Aspen in a couple summers. It was the first summer after I got Apollo that we went up to Aspen, and I don't think I filmed any of that camping trip because we had friends with us. But yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen just like it does every year. I mean, we did do Estes Park last year. We did a bunch of hikes last year, so it'll happen again. It'll happen again. My birthday this year, I don't know if I'm going to do a Waterworld trip because everyone will have just gotten back from Alex and MJ's wedding, and I think everyone's probably going to be a little burnt out because the same group's going to Philly too, because we're all friends. So everybody's going to be doing 2 trips back to back this year. And, you know, Waterworld's local, but I'm like, it's the next weekend after we get back. So I'm like, I think people are probably going to want to just veg for a little while and cool it on the social activities and the events and stuff. So I think I might just do something, me and Matt, just a little weekend trip somewhere. So if that does happen, then I'll bring you along for that. I'd love to go to Sedona like I had planned on doing last fall, but it's gonna be so hot in June there. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe a little, I don't know if I can swing it with time off or money wise, but I do want to go to Vegas. I've been itching to go to Vegas recently, mainly because I want to see a show of some kind and the food. I want to go for the food. But I haven't been to Vegas in a couple years, and I love going there. I'm not a gambler at all, but I love the spectacle, and I love the building design, and there's been a couple new hotels that have opened since the last time I've been there. And so I just love the obscenity of it all, or absurdity of it all. So, but I don't know if I could do it that quickly after those 2 trips. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, hikes for sure. You got it. And then Sparkling Diamonds and Lights says, "Hi, Anthony. Good to hear from you. Glad all is well. Catch you on the next one." Thank you so much. I hope you're having a good day. All right. Then we have my unboxing of Candy Waterfalls. Veronica Backlund says, "I love that one. By the way, did you see that DAC did a new release with a painting from Color Out of Place this weekend? Another must-have for me." Yes, I did. I got it. That comment was just added 15 minutes ago, so while we were chatting. But, yep, it's on its way. Supposed to be here on the 7th, so 4 days from now. So what would that be? Thursday? Friday. Supposed to be here Friday. So if On Track is telling the truth, which who knows. But, yeah. I got it. Thanks for the comment. Going back to my vlog episode 166, Magical Miss Maya says, "Hey Anthony, make sure to visit Zoo America. When you go to Hershey, when we went, the park was closed, but we were still able to enjoy the zoo. When you're in Pittsburgh, make sure you check out the Carnegie Museum of Natural History." Yes. So, I don't know if the zoo will be in my cards for Hershey because I'm doing like a whistle stop tour and it's focused on the theme parks in the state. So unless I could like cram that into like a quick hour or something, my focus is on Hershey Park. And I'll be staying there at the park on site. So the goal is to kind of get there and not leave the property until it's time to move on. So I didn't really have any other things planned for that particular stop because the Hershey Park has a ton of roller coasters, which means lines, which means I'll probably be spending the majority of the day trying to hit everything I want to hit there. However, Pittsburgh, which is kind of like just it is on the list, but it could change. I might skip Pittsburgh because it is out of the way for sure. But if I do get to go to Pittsburgh, then Kennywood it's not a tiny park, but it's a small-ish park. And the number of rides that I want to go on and roller coasters I want to go on there, is minimal. There's probably like five rides that I want to go on, 4 or 5, mainly just their roller coasters. So I have a lot more flexibility with my day in Pittsburgh, so I do plan on going into the city, and I'd love to go to the Carnegie Museum, so that could be on my list for like a partial day thing. And then in the evening, my plan is to do a dinner riverboat cruise on the Gateway Clipper. My roommate slash friend Joe, when he was in college in Pittsburgh, he worked on the Gateway Clipper cruise at night, and he has so many stories about that boat. He's like, if you ever go to Pittsburgh, you should do it because it's fun. You get a full dinner, it's all paid for, there's a little entertainment and stuff, but he's like, the waiters, they're there to shill add-ons. Like, they're basically there to ferry drinks around, get people to get free drinks. And he's like, they'll try to upcharge you on the souvenir cup, and they're all tip-based, so tip them well, get the souvenir cup, anything they ask you to buy, do it, because otherwise you don't get paid very much. He's like, at least when he did it back in the day, he's like, they used to have cash prizes for whoever sold the most souvenir cups, whoever had the highest drink sales that night overall, you'll get an extra $100, $200 for the night. He's like, so yeah, whatever you can do to help pump up your server's sales, those college kids really rely on that. And I'm like, okay. So I looked it up, and I was like, I could absolutely hit Kennywood when it first opens, spend 2 or 3 hours there, go into the city, hit up a museum, experience the town a little bit, go have my dinner on the Gateway Clipper, go to bed, and head out the next day. So we'll see, but it is an extra drive. I'm no stranger to driving, but my friends were saying like, well, instead of doing that, come back to Philly and hang out with us when we land, so I'm just weighing my options. So yeah, we'll see. If funds allow, I'll just leave an extra day early from Colorado. That way I can get everything done, and just have that extra flexibility. But we'll see. I need to price it all out. But anyway, thank you for the comment, and I will keep that in mind. Then Jolly Roger says, okay, a few things, very happy things are going well with you and Matt, thanks. Why on earth would Apollo sit in the back seat? Back seat of what? I don't know what you're referencing. And you should carry pepper spray. I mean, I guess. Yeah, I guess I've never really thought about it. Yeah, probably not something I would do, but it is, I guess, a good recommendation, especially if you're feeling wary about walking around alone at night. I've never dealt with pepper spray. I don't know. I just feel like there's also some risks involved with that too. Especially if I've got a dog wrapped around my waist that can't get away from a cloud of pepper. I don't know. I don't know. Thank you for the suggestion. I don't know if it would be right for me, but I appreciate it. Thank you for the comment. Bambi May says, I don't like On Track either. They said one of my packages were delivered. It might have been, but not to my address. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, I don't know. There's just, they leave, I think the majority of the time, the packages do get to me eventually. That one with Golden and Marie Christmas was the only one they had completely lost, and it just disappeared. But I think it's just their lackluster ability of like giving status updates, and it just feels like they don't even really know where your package is until it's at its destination. It just adds this extra level of anxiety that makes them less desirable, in my opinion. Whereas like FedEx and UPS and even USPS, like their apps, I can see it every step of the way, and I know exactly what day it's gonna get there, and I know that it was put on the truck out for delivery at 6:53 in the morning, so it's probably gonna get to me in the afternoon. Like, they just provide a lot more like reliable info. So, yeah. But I agree. Not the best. The Diamond Tech Courtney says, I'm going to Nashville and Dollywood in June for my best friend's 40th. Woo, nice. Yeah, I'll be there in September. How exciting. And then Nancy Regan says, on track is the worst. Yeah. Jenny Fulp says, from the ground up looks awesome. I hope it becomes a DP. I hope so too. I hope and pray every week when new kits get released that the next one that's going to come up on Instagram is going to be that kit. And I'm always bummed out when Friday afternoon comes and another week has gone by without them releasing it. Just like a single tear running down my cheek. I'm like, come on, just do it. Just do it. Like I said, if they reach out to me and be like, Anthony, we heard you complaining about From the Ground Up not being released. We're not going to release it because we don't anticipate that particular image being a high seller, or in order for it to be released, we need at least X number of kits sold. We have to kind of feel that. I'd be like, okay, well then I'm going to get a petition together, and however many units you believe are needed to make it worth your time, I will get enough signatures from people saying that they will buy it. And however many I'm short, I'll just get the rest. You know, if I need to get 20 of them, I'll do it. Just please release it. So, yeah. Trin gives some heart emojis to that video. And then Leslie P says, hey Anthony, good to see you in Apollo. I enjoy watching and listening. Sorry, Train to Tokyo has been so gappy. Because of your experience, I was afraid to start Forbidden Wonders. I am pleased to say my canvas is a pleasure to work on. Oh, that's good to know, because I have that too. Okay. The grid is right tight. My 310s are a little problematic because there are some round drills mixed in with the squares. That's fine. But it's not too bad. Anyway, I'm loving working on it. Oh, yes. That is music to my ears. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing Train to Tokyo finished, but I'm really looking forward to moving on to eventually a newer square drill canvas from Dreamer Design, so I can see what the updates have brought. And I've still heard mixed feedback. I heard somebody say, I can't remember, it might have been Leanne, said that she had a newer square drill from Dreamer Designs and the grid was so tight that the drills were actually popping, so she let that project go. Whereas I've heard other people say that they're just fine. So, you know, I think at the end of the day, the moral of the story is there might just be a general lack of consistency with the quality of their products, and it's a little hit and miss. I'm just hoping that I have more hits than misses in my stash. I definitely would be more upset with popping drills. Like if I finished a canvas and I put it on the wall and I could walk by it every few days and there's drills laying on the ground, that would make me more upset than a little gapping, or even a fair amount of gapping. That's less of a problem than drills flying off a canvas, because then you've got to make sure that you seal it and even keep checking it and don't roll it, don't fuss with it. I'd rather have a little gapping than it too tight, but in an ideal world, it would be just right. So I'm glad it's working out for you. What was that? I just kicked like a little piece of wire or metal I thought had dropped like my keys or something. So yeah, I'm so happy to hear that. I'm hoping that I have a similar experience. I wanted to purchase a kit from Dreamer Designs recently. They had this beautiful kind of Lunar New Year themed kit with this dragon that is so colorful and the rendering looks really good. And I was like, ooh, okay, maybe I'll snag that one, even though I still have yet to get to their newer squares. Maybe I'll snag it. And I was like, but I'll need a second kit. And I just didn't see anything else that I really wanted except for another Ivan Valikovic. Like they have a few in stock, and I was clicking on them and they were all released prior to their changes. So I was like, I don't want to risk it with anything that's prior to October 2024. So I just said, someday I'll get it. Someday I'll get that New Year kit. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Editing Anthony, if you, again, feel so inclined, please pop that in picture. Who knows if he will or if he'll even listen to this. Usually what I do, editing Anthony, usually what I do when I edit vlogs is I'll start listening to the beginning, make sure audio levels, all that stuff sounds good, and then I'll kind of just start scrubbing. Like I'll click 5 minutes in, see if the audio levels flatten out where there's no sound. That usually means that I need to clip out like an awkward pause when I'm walking by somebody. And just keep scrubbing for that stuff, just kind of skipping a couple minutes ahead through it. So sometimes I miss the parts where I'm supposed to insert stuff for you, but I do my best. But yeah, I do not like the sound of my own voice. And so I find it hard to listen to my own vlogs. Or listen to my own content in general. So yeah, usually when I'm editing longer vlogs, I'm just kind of like, okay, let's skip to 10 minutes and see if there's anything that needs to happen here. And usually if there's something like where Apollo's going potty, or I have an extended pause where I know it's going to be more than just like 10 seconds of me passing by somebody. It's like a minute of somebody wanting to talk, or something happens where Apollo's doing his zoomies or something like that. I'll just stop the camera and then pick back up, as opposed to just leaving it. That way I have to go and hunt for it on the back end. I'll just turn the camera off, so that denotes when whatever distraction happened. There's been times where I've stopped the camera because Apollo started eating a piece of trash and I had to wrestle it out of his mouth, and I don't want you guys to have to see that and me scolding my boy, so I'll clip that stuff out, or I'll stop the camera for that kind of stuff. But if it's just someone walking past and it's just a few seconds, if I catch it, great. If not, then I hope you just bear with me for the awkward silence for a few seconds. So I do my best, but I use the camera's stop and start function really as an editing tool. Like, nope, no one needs to see that. Let's stop that. So yeah, I'd love to let Apollo down into the little ditch here, even though I'm not sure how he'd get up because it is concrete. Maybe further back when it was more flat, but there's like a big snow drift in there with the water, and I just know he would adore sprinting up and down that thing. I just don't know how he'd get out at the end. He'd have to like claw his way out. Okay, let's keep going, shall we? And I know now to not get lost, and I know that our churn is here where these walkers are. I always get that mixed up when I'm not paying attention, because you can see the road just keeps going straight, but if we keep going straight, it just dumps us out into like a housing development. And I can't remember when it was. I think it was over the summer. I got so turned around because I was like, I don't know where we are, and then I realized, oh, you don't just stay on the same road, you have to churn. So always remember, everyone, you churn at the soccer fields, no later. Okay. Oh, I hear a cyclist. Come over here. So I think we're far enough along that this is gonna just end up being the full loop, which is just about 7 miles. So yeah, let's see how. Battery's at 18%, so we'll just keep moving and grooving until it dies. Okay. We've got plenty of comments to get through, so going to my finish and review of Wizard Spell by Steve Sundrum in Diamond Art Club. Nova Scotian Hiker says, stunning kit. It generally takes me 2 months to finish a canvas this size working on the one canvas. Yeah, I mean, everyone works at a different pace. I did a similar size canvas for that event last year with Astronomer, and it took me well past the end of the event to get it finished. So it really just, everyone does it at a different pace, and my own pace varies wildly depending on my mood, what's going on in my life, how many other extracurriculars I have going on, so many other factors. That kit could have easily taken me 6 months given different circumstances. I mean, I have my custom of Apollo that is 80 by 90, I think, something like that. And I've had that kit going for 9 months now, I think, 8 or 9 months, and I'm less than halfway done. So it also depends on the canvas and how captivating you find it, and interesting you find the color palette, and there's so many things. So it's so hard. Like, people like often ask, like, how long will it take you to complete a diamond painting of that size, or how many diamond paintings can you get done in blank amount of time? And I'm like, I have no gauge on that for you, you know, because there's so many different factors that play into how quickly something will get done. So it's impossible to say. There is a dog standing in the middle of the soccer fields over here, all by itself, just sitting. I don't see an owner as far as mine eye can see across the entire soccer field. There's some people way out at the opposite end in trucks, so I'm guessing this dog must belong to them, but that's a long ways to have your dog just chilling. It looks like it has something on its back, like some sort of, I don't know if it's like some sort of sensor, or like if they've set up a little field, like a, you know what it's called, the electric fence or invisible fence. Very odd. Very odd indeed. Well, hopefully he's okay. He's just sitting there staring at Apollo completely still. So at least he's trained enough not to come bolting towards us. Interesting. Wonder if they're like, they had trucks over there. I'm like, I wonder if they're like testing some sort of like dog, you know, invisible fence equipment or something. I don't know. Weird. Anyway, Casey, that's me, says it's a stunner. So much going on. It's so vibrant and beautiful. Thanks for sharing it. Of course. Thanks for watching. The Diamond Tech Courtney says, hi, Anthony. This is such a cool piece of art. I love the owl and the clocks especially. Yeah. When I gave it to Jeff and Laura, Laura's into owls, and she's like, owls! And I was like, there's more than one. And she's like, where? And I was like, there's one here. And she's like, oh, there's one over there. And I was like, yep. And then there's one kind of in a shadowy kind of look back here. And she's like, this one is awesome. I was like, thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. So, yeah. Then we have Kim Delger says, the colors, I love them. It had to be confetti heaven. I love confetti more than large sections of color blocking. I'm with you. It isn't normally an image I would jump on, but I do love the colors. I think the first S in spells should be the same shape as the last S. Maybe that would make the word better. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't change it before I gave it to them. I just left it as is because I'm like, it's something that my eye is drawn to, but I don't know if, you know, I think it's also because I'm just picky and, you know, my eye gravitates to those sort of things, but I don't think anybody else would be like, ooh, I wish that was just a little bit more, you know, whatever. And Jeff and Laura don't have the original image to reference, so they wouldn't know that it looks a little off from the original. So I left it instead of picking them off. But yeah, I do agree. I feel like that could have just been tweaked a little bit. Sparkling Diamonds and Lights says, beautiful finish, Anthony. Glad to see a video from you. Have a blessed week. Thank you so much, and you too. Lisa says, hi, Anthony. Looks amazing. I see what's standing out, but instead of covering it up with brown, if you thought maybe using a softer color, that way you can keep the word without it being so vibrant. Just a thought. Yeah, that's another option I could have done, is just like picked a different shade. Maybe more of like a golden yellow or slightly brownish yellow to kind of blend with the colors around it a little bit. Yeah, I think there was plenty of different things I could have done, or a few different things I could have done, but in the end, I was just like, they're gonna be happy with it no matter what, so it's fine. But if I did it again, I would probably do something with that. But yeah. Kelly King says, stunning, but holy confetti. Yeah, it was a lot of confetti. Nancy Regan says, this is certainly a kit going all out with enhancements, and you did a great job. Thank you so much. Nancy Regan says, the word spells is jarring, just like it is in this sentence. LOL. That's funny. Yeah, it did feel kind of like, whoa, spells, hello. Something I noticed that they did with Warm Witch has, I think it also has a book that says spells on it, but the way they did it is bigger. It is bigger, so they had more room to play with each letter, but they alternated the colors in it. Some are like in the lettering, some are a deeper brown and some are a lighter brown, and it kind of softens the lettering. So I wonder if they just didn't have the space to do it with Wizard Spell. But they seemed happy with it, so come on. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you for the comment. Artemis says, this one reminds me of a question of reality with all the detail and many subjects. Did it come with metallic drills or did you add those? And congrats on your first completion. I'm stuck on my canvas right now due to time constraints and the kit's lack of oomph from it being a round kit. Oh, hey, don't poo-poo round kits. Round kits have plenty of oomph. I'm just kidding. No, and in fact, there are no metallics in that canvas. There's one color that I picked that it was an orange sparkler, and I forget the name of the kit, the name of the color. I'd have to go back and look, but it's an orange, but it had such an intense like iridescence that it came off almost like an orangey gold kind of metallic, and it was close to a lot of the other golds, so it looked almost metallic to me even when I was placing the drills. But it's an orange sparkler from DP with Sparklers. But yeah, there are no actual like legitimate metallic drills on that. It's all sparklers, which are the glass drills, pearls, which are just a completely smooth round. Basically, it's an AB that's just round on, completely smooth, no facets on top, like a pearl. And then bubbles, which are just glass rounded top drills. And then the big sparkler for squares, which are those big chunky rocks. And then glimmer drills, which are essentially Jaded Gem Shop's version of pixie dust or fairy dust. So that, no metallics, but one of those did give off metallic vibes. So I see where you were picking that up for sure. Maybe I will break down and put together a full Google Doc with all the enhancements I did, because there were quite a few. And then going back to my unboxing of Cognac Biscuit from Alphonse Mucha and Diamond Painting Shop, Kelly Queen says, she is really pretty. Do you think she would work for your pinup paint along? Yes, absolutely. Any of those like advertisements where the woman, man or woman, or anything in between, are holding a like a product and they're being kind of painted in that kind of advertisement way, or it's hard to describe because I want to say, I'd say the majority of them are going to be the female form, but the artist is definitely accentuating the female form in some way as part of the artwork. And the only reason I can't really speak to this too much more is I don't want to say anything that comes off like sexist, even though it's not me, but I'm putting that on the artist, and that's not what I intend to do. And I just haven't done enough research into the full subject matter to be like, this is definitively what pinup art, art is categorized as. So I won't go into it anymore, but I will say that yes, in my opinion, Cognac Biscuit being an advertisement, something you could clip out of a book or a magazine cover or something that has like the figure like displaying a product, and it's kind of, you know, yes, it would fall into the pinup style. I'll just say that. For my event, whether it technically does or not might be up for debate, but yes, you can, Cognac Biscuit would count. When I think of pinup, my head goes to kind of the classic, you know, the girl riding the rocket in like the cowboy outfit, or like the Betty Boop style kind of posing, you know, that type of thing. Or like a lot of a lot of Henry Clive's artwork that was used for advertisement in like magazine covers, where the woman's like kind of relaxed on a chaise lounge with it's just very ornate. So I don't know, that's kind of where my head goes, but I know that there's so much more that could be classified as pinup style, amongst other styles, you know, Art Nouveau. It's tough. So I need to do the research before I can speak more thoughtfully on it. That way I can really break it down for you. But in terms of what I would accept for the event, that absolutely would count. So yeah, thanks for the comment. That was a long-winded answer, but thank you. Okay. Come on, big butt. All right, we have unboxing of Candy Waterfalls by Eau Claire Studio. Sparkling Diamond, Diamonds and Lights says, can't wait to see what you do with this with some rainbow hearts. Thank you. And then my finish and review of Wizard Spell. Kelly Queen says, good for you, Anthony, for finishing that big detailed canvas. It's beautiful. Thank you. Susan Downey says, wow, love all the colors. Yeah, it's awesome. It's an awesome kit. And I hope they like it. Avery says, wow, that's a great piece of art. There is so much to look at. Very cool. Congrats on your first finish for 2025. Thank you. Yeah, what a canvas to start the year with. It's like this big, detailed, you know, tons of colors, like 88 colors. What a cool canvas to kick off the year. Hopefully that is a good indicator of how things will go this year. Trin says, looks amazing. I do see what you mean about the spell book. Maybe you can change the word to a darker color. Yeah, I think, again, if I was to do it again, or if I was that upset about it, or was worried that the person I was giving it to might think that was odd, then I definitely would have switched it up. But I ended up just leaving it. I was like, it's fine. It's fine. It's more of a note from a review standpoint, so that if you do have that kit as well, maybe it's something you might think about adjusting before you're like surprised by it, you know, or like can't figure out what to do about it. But yeah, lots of good options. Thank you. Sunrise Sunset says, I think this looks nice. You did a good job. Thank you. Michelle Bryce says, gorgeous finish, Anthony. I think I could stare at this for hours. Okie dokie, sorry about that. We had a battery kick the bucket, so I just had to swap that out. It's been a minute since I've gone that long that a battery died in one filming. Usually I'm able to get it all done in one, but this is kind of the longest we've gone in a minute, so thanks for sticking around, everyone. So we have to make it down this little path here, and I forgot that we're about to come up on a particularly muddy patch. So I'm going to try to find a way to skirt around it, hopefully. So I don't want to get caked in mud again. I guess I don't have a choice because we're going back through the same way we came in, so it's going to happen anyway, but it's just icky. Icky, icky. Okay. Anyway, so Michelle Bryce was saying, I think your friend will love it. I also like all the extra enhancements you added. As for the spells, I would almost leave it off as well. It kind of looks like it's not sitting on the spine. It looks like a neon sign pushing off of the spine. Yeah, it does. It does. You're right. I left it though. If Jeff ever texts me and is like, hey, love the diamond painting except for that stupid spells, I'll be like, well, guess what, buddy? You're not getting another one next year. No, I think they will be none the wiser, or it won't. I don't think it's going to draw their eye at all. But it does to me as a diamond painter. So yeah. Okay, then we have L. McIntyre Brooks says, I'm working on a Steve Sundrum right now. I'm doing his Penguin Harmony. Yours is amazing. I'm trying to chart out enhancements for another diamond painting I'm going to work on this summer, but I'm nervous. I don't want to ruin it. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about enhancing drills or enhancing a diamond painting several times on this channel, and there's no foolproof way to really do it. One good way to do it is if you're lucky enough that your kit or whatever you're working on is available from DP with sparklers as an enhancement pack, then that's a really easy foolproof way to do it because someone's already done the charting for you, and someone that has a really good eye for color and runs an enhancement business, so you can kind of rely on that. If you don't see your kit listed there as part of the enhancement packs, then you can always ask Tima over at DP with Sparklers for suggestions. Now, it's really hard for them to chart enhancements if they don't have the canvas themselves. So really, the enhancement packs are kind of focused around kits that Tima or somebody else probably has in their stash or are willing to share with her. I'm not sure how that works. Other than that, I always would say start small with just some little enhancements here and there, and maybe start with some of the more subtle enhancements like a glimmer or pixie or fairy dust that are very subtle. So you're using the exact same DMC color, but you're just getting a little brush of glimmer. That can be a nice way without altering the canvas too much. Yeah, I mean, I've done several different enhancement videos, and my theories on like how I do it change, because at one point I used to say, oh, well, if I'm going to enhance a color on a canvas, I'm just going to do a full swap. So if it says 550, anywhere there's a 550, I'm going to put this drill down no matter what, wherever it goes. Wherever it is on the canvas. This wizard spell is kind of the very last kit that I'll probably do that with, because a lot of times it does work, but sometimes it doesn't. I ended up letting go of Phases by Yume Art because I kind of ruined that canvas by over-enhancing and using things that were just not close enough to the original, DMC or drill that was supposed to be there, that it just threw things off way too much. So there is a tipping point, and there is something to be said for using like a metallic drill when it's more supposed to be a background color. It just kind of throws off the focal points. So you do have to be a little bit more careful. But glimmer, starting with like a fairy dust and picking some smaller handfuls of colors and like just to add a little highlight. But I no longer subscribe to doing a full swap 100% of the time. As you're working, like maybe have your glimmer drills or whatever in a few DMCs. Like maybe you pick up those Diamond Art Club little enhancement packs that they started selling recently. Apollo, don't pull me into the mud. No. No. He was pulling me so hard right into like a giant mud pit, and now I'm trying to find my way out of it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we're just gonna have to deal with the mud. Luckily, this isn't very sticky clay mud. It's just kind of soggy, wet mud. Apollo, why did you pull your dad into the mud? So yeah, those enhancement glimmer or fairy dust packs from Diamond Art Club, maybe pick up one of those and see what kind of colors they have with them. And then as you're working on a canvas, like let's say you get to someone's hat or their eyes and you're like, oh, there's a couple little blue drills here, I'd love to add a little glimmer or something, then give it a shot. And I don't know, it's so hard. I am not the guru when it comes to enhancing diamond paintings. I just do it a lot, and I think that's what makes some people like, oh, Anthony's really good with enhancements. It's like, no, I'm just reckless. And most of the time, especially with Diamond Art Club kits, it's almost always like it's gonna look fine because their rendering style is a little bit more attuned to enhancements, and they're very intentional about where colors go and stuff, whereas like something that's more heavily computer rendered, you'll end up with enhancement drills in areas that it doesn't make a lot of sense for them to be at, which is kind of why I get so curious with how Dreamer Designs does their rendering, because from what I understand, they do hand charting, but then it doesn't feel like they're that intentional about where the enhancements go. They kind of just throw them in there, like whatever, just put a 5200 crystal in there, it doesn't matter where it goes. That's kind of the feeling I get. So I'm not calling into question whether or not they do hand rendering or not, because it certainly looks like it does on their kits, on a lot of their kits, but I'm a little iffy on how and why they decide where a crystal should go or an AB should go. It seems a little scattershot. But yeah. You're gonna leave it. Yep, you're gonna leave it. Keep moving. Leave it. Leave it. Stay. Apollo. Stay. Okay, let's go. That dog really wanted to get to Apollo. Come on, it's over. Sorry. No new friends today, I'm sorry. So yeah, I wish I could tell you that no matter what you do, it'll look good, because that isn't the case. But it really isn't as hard as it seems. I guess my best advice, start with minimal little touches. Maybe look at your canvas before you even go to kit up. Look at the canvas and what's printed there, and just start seeing where your eyes get drawn that aren't enhancements. See if there's little focal points, or like maybe there's stars in the background, but they've all just been done with a 5200 drill. That's an easy swap. You can easily make those little star pixels into a crystal or a glimmer or an AB. So those are pretty easy. But then just start kind of looking elsewhere on the canvas, and either have a notebook with you and just kind of notate like, okay, in these flowers I want to add another pink sparkler to the petals on the right side or whatever. That way you kind of don't forget. And then just purchase your enhancement drills from there and give it a shot. And if you put them down and you're like, no, hate it, absolutely not, then just pick them off and swap them back out with the original. I always save my original drills for everything until I'm 100% done with the canvas, just in case I decide to change my mind, which I did with Wizard Spell. I had some neon colors in there from Jaded Gem Shop that I thought I was going to use. And once I got to the section where it was time to use them, I put down a couple. I'm like, nope, these are way too neon. These are going to throw off the look of the canvas too much, these are too intense. So I ended up just grabbing the jar next to it, which was the original ones. And I set the other ones aside and ended up not using them in the canvas. So yeah, I wish there was like a turnkey, easy way. Certain canvases are harder than others to enhance. especially when they're super confetti heavy. And yeah, so I want more people to experiment with enhancements and play with their canvases a little bit, but I don't want to be the cause for someone being upset with their finished product. So I wish you the best, whatever you decide to do. Then going to my unboxing of Lo-Fi Cali Girl by Yume Art and Diamond Art Club. Ashley Blassie says, I started this one a few weeks ago. It has so much confetti on that I think that it was a bad choice for my first square drill. Oh no, I feel like I'm probably being too hard on myself trying to get everything so perfect. I can't wait to see your finished work. Yeah, don't over hyper perfect. If you can manage, just to kind of keep moving. I really have found, especially with these newer square drill canvases from Diamond Art Club, that, and I'm a sloppy diamond painter, I'd say. I'm not as perfect as far as placement than a lot of other people I know, but I do rely on those square drills to kind of help me fit things together. You know, so like if I've got two lines of 310 with like a 939 in the middle, and my two lines of 310 are like a little then the 939 that I end up putting in the middle or on either sides of those help to kind of push everything into place so they match up. It can be a little stressful diamond painting that way, because you're like, oh, that is not perfectly aligned, but they do kind of fall into place. Now, don't go crazy and just start slamming drills everywhere and hope that the canvas will do all the work for you, but it does do a little work for you. So I found that I just kind of just keep moving and grooving. Where I find that I make the most more minimal adjustments is when I very first start a section. So if I'm starting a section and it's a bunch of confetti, doing those little one green drill just in the sea of all the other colors just out there in the middle, and it's a little bit off, that I will clean that up and try to get it right in alignment. But as I add more and more drills, I get less and less fussy about placement, because now I'm relying on the ones around it to kind of get them to snap into place. So I actually start a section diamond painting pretty slow, but then as I build, I just kind of slam them down, because the drills around them are kind of helping them slide into place, if that makes any sense. So, but yeah, don't get yourself down. Take it one step at a time, and just think of it this way. You're kind of doing a crash course in square drills, and if you are finding a ton of confetti, now you know that you can do it. And so the next canvas that you get that has less confetti, you're going to be like, wow, this is a breeze. So you got it. Thank you for the comment. Then going back to my unboxing of Lead Us Not Into Temptation, Julianne Prokop says, holy confetti Batman, this piece isn't my style, but I imagine it will be beautiful completed. P.S. I miss your frequent videos. Hope everything is okay. Yeah, I'm doing good. Just taking a little break. And it'll always be that way. Life ebbs and flows. I used to space my unboxings out to only being once a week, but now I just put them up back to back as I get canvases in. I may go back to doing the once a week kind of thing, but there was a time where I had such a backlog of unboxings. I was like, okay, well, I just got this kit in. I filmed my unboxing and scheduled it. I got it in July, but people aren't going to see this unboxing until September or later or next year, because I've got so many that are scheduled. So I just started putting them up every day as I got them in. And so I don't know if I'll go back to the once a week now that things have kind of calmed down, or just have those larger, gaps in between unboxings and in between videos. And I'll try to be better about being consistent with whipping chats and vlogs and all that stuff, but it's just very life dependent. So, and life has become more social. So I'm doing the best I can, and I make no promises on consistency. I'm sorry. But thank you for watching. Going to my unboxing of Kois by Karen Landsman and Diamond Painting Deutschland. Roman Frisquez says, that's a bummer, Anthony. That image is gorgeous. I know, but it's in good hands and I can't wait to see it finished. So, yeah. Thank you for the comment. Then going to my unboxing of Golden by Eau Claire Studio and Diamond Art Club. We have Mrs. April Budgets and Saves says, one of my 4 whips I want to finish for Black History Month. Yeah, that's a great time to finish it. That's awesome. Thank you for the comment. And then Ramona Frisquez says, your friend is lucky. She is beautiful. Avery says, wow, that is just gorgeous. It looks like a photograph. It'll be amazing when finished. Yeah. If I was put on the spot right now and someone said, what's the best rendering of any diamond painting you've ever seen? I feel like my mind would go to Golden. Even though there's been plenty others that are stunning and very photorealistic, that one really just knocks my socks off. I think it is the best rendering of an image that Diamond Art Club has ever put out. It's so good. And the skin tone, how hard it is to get deeper skin tones right, and the fact that they were able, seemingly, I haven't put drills down, but just from the printed canvas, to have nailed it. And they used some hues that you might not typically think, like those kind of grayish purpley hues and more grayish tones, as opposed to what I see a lot of times with deeper skin tones is companies will tend to lean more orange as a default. It's gonna be so pretty. So yeah. Cass C. Hi. Cass C says, I love the intro jingle. I get excited to hear it every time a new video comes up. Oh, thank you. Apollo, give it up. It's over. Stop making me pull you. And then Michelle Calendar says, I did this beautiful canvas twice for my 2 daughters. I'm tempted to order another one for myself. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So you did it twice too. Then going back to my unboxing of Kois, Catherine Hauserman says, you can take double-sided adhesive off and apply diamond painting glue by DAC or sticky glue from Diamond Dots, and you would need about 3 layers of glue and turn it into a poured glue canvas. That's a good tip. That is a good tip, and I appreciate you providing that advice. There's just no way in HE double hockey sticks that I would ever fuss with a canvas to do that at a canvas of that size, 140 something centimeters. I just don't have the space to lay that completely flat unless I was to put it down on the floor, in which case I would have to scrub and sweep and dust a million times over to prevent all of the dog hair that is Apollo's dog hair from just getting completely embedded in that. There's just no way. There's just absolutely no way that I would ever do that. If I could get it up on a table and it was a reasonable size, then maybe, or maybe I would decide to cut the canvas in half and do it and then stitch it back together somehow when I was all done. But just the thought of sitting there and slowly picking double-sided adhesive off of that massive canvas and then having to put layer after layer of poured glue and cure it and find a place I could actually do that in, sounds like a waking nightmare. But I think it's a good tip for those that want to try it, or maybe love an image so much, but just are willing to do a glue conversion, I guess you'd call it, for the sake of the artwork. But I wasn't in love with that enough to even pretend I would take on something like that. It's so much better going into someone's hands that is fine with it as it will love it as it is, no cosmetic surgery required. And I'm happy to do it. So yeah, but thank you. Then we have, let's get to the top of this hill, Apollo. Let's push through. We're probably a mile from the car, less than a mile. So we've probably done about 5.5, 6 miles, maybe a little bit more. So, whew, I'm earning that lunch today, buddy. I'm earning that lunch today. What should I get? My heart says, actually my stomach, my thighs, my stomach and my thighs say that I want Chili's today, because then I can get chips and salsa and my chicken crispers. My stomach and thighs also say that I probably haven't been to Qdoba in a minute, and I could use some nachos with queso Diablo and Cholula hot honey chicken with guacamole and corn salsa, black beans, a little rice on there, fajita veggies, and a diet cherry vanilla Coke. My stomach and thighs say that I haven't had a couple bowls of zuppa toscana from Olive Garden and unlimited breadsticks in a hot minute. So we'll see. They're all like right next to each other at the shopping center, so I can just maybe park in the middle of all three of them and just like let my nose, I'll close my eyes and I'll just follow where my nose is taking me. And then I'll trip on the curb and open my eyes in whatever restaurant I'm in front of. That's where I'm eating. But I am so hungry right now. Come on, baby. All right, going to unboxing of Love is a Four-Legged Word from Eau Claire Studio. Tiny Turtle says, I like the idea behind this image, but I would prefer something cute like maybe paw prints in place of the odd blue doggo. Oh, I don't think he's odd. I think he's cute. Thank you for the comment. Going to my unboxing of Golden by Eau Claire Studio. Lisa Noof says, she's stunning. Yeah. Then my episode 164. Peggy Gottschall says, wow, you got some lofty goals for the Philly, New Jersey PA trip. Good luck fitting it all in. Are you going to do Safari Park at Great Adventure? I always enjoy that more than the amusement park itself. I don't think I'll be doing a separate safari park like excursion, you know, or making like a half day out of it. But I do plan on staying on site at the resort. And from what I understand, there is a hotel that either backs up or is close to the safari park, so you can see some of the animals, either from the hotel room or from certain areas. So if that is the case, I'd love to stay there so I get at least a little taste of the safari park. But I only plan on being there for maybe 1, potentially 2 days. And it's roller coasters, baby. I'm there for the screams and the drops and the flips as opposed to like the zoo part of it. So, but it does look really cool. But yeah, from what I understand, that Safari Park resort, I don't know if it's new or fairly new, but I'll have to look more into it. But I do believe that is an option. And if it is, then I'd love to stay at that resort. Price dependent. We shall see. Thank you for the comment. Then we have my unboxing of Candy Waterfalls. Diamonds and Doberman says, what a gorgeous canvas. I could almost feel the water spray hitting me. Oh, I adore waterfalls. They're my favorite phenomenon in nature. Thank you for sharing. Of course. Thanks for watching. Give me just 1 second. Then we have my unboxing of Golden. Ann Taylor says, beautiful, looking forward to seeing finished work. Looked at DAC website and it does not appear to be available, even as a possible restock. I did see this comment because it made me go into a serious panic that it was discontinued. Check again, Ann, because I checked after I saw this comment pop up on my notifications, and it is still available for restock notification. It is not fully discontinued. I was like, they better not. This is like some of their best work. They better not close the book on this chapter yet. More people need to get their hands on this kit. So yeah, should be coming back again, I would imagine. Going to my unboxing of Love is a Four-Legged Word. Kathy Gorner says, nice washi collection, and says that would be a great one to give to a vet office. Yes, absolutely, you're right. Yeah. Any pet lover, vet office, training center, mine will be used as an auction for an animal shelter, I think is a fantastic idea. How you doing, buddy? You ready for some water and to go relax? We're almost there. We're getting there. Then going back to my unboxing of Golden. Michelle Bryce says, stunning. Thank you. Glad you like it. Dark Lady says, this painting is a masterpiece. The render on this is phenomenal. Oh, yeah. You're totally right. And thank you for watching. Yeah, the rendering is just, it's just incredible. L. McIntyre Brooks says, check out the reviews of this painting at DSC and look at their finished pictures they uploaded. It's stunning. And when you finish placing, you see her eyes, which you can't really see right now. Yeah, that's true. The eyes were a little bit difficult to see in the rendering, but yeah, I have seen some of those finishes, and it's just like, whew. Whoever did the hand charting for that should have gotten a raise immediately after submitting it. It is beautiful. And they must have had a really keen eye for like skin tones. Hold on. Hi. Okay. Jolly Roger says, OMG, this is gorgeous. Why are all the good ones squares? That's not true. But I know what you mean. If you're a round drill lover, sometimes you really do get the short end of the stick on some canvases. And I guess, it makes sense. Diamond Art Club is limited of their own desire, but they do have manufacturing limitations. And so some images, to do them justice, not only do they have to make it the biggest that they can, given the parameters that, I'm not sure if it's their printing machines or it's just their own business preference, because if I had to imagine, it comes down to the fact that they don't want to have a bajillion different sizes of boxes to have to be shipped. And it just allows the pallets of them to be a lot more uniform. And so there's two sizes, or there are more sizes than two. They have those really small ones, but you're not going to see a 100 by 120 come out of Diamond Art Club. I think they limit one of their dimensions to 70 centimeters. And I think that comes down to box size and just the ease of shipping consistency. It just makes life a bit easier. So not only do they have to max that out, but then they have to do it in square to get more pixels per centimeter on the canvas to maximize the detail. And if they were to make it round, it would have to be bigger than they're willing to go, given their parameters that they've established. What? What is it? What is it? Come on. Hi. So I totally get what you're saying. It means a lot of canvases that I'd love to have in round aren't available in round. Now, if you do want to get all of your kits in rounds, no matter what, then Jada Gem Shop's your shop, because you can get them any size, any shape. Some of the prepackaged kits, the ready to ships, and some of the hand charted are only going to come in one style or the other, but almost all of the made to order kits, you're going to be able to get it in round. So, and every time I talk to shop owners, not every time, but most shop owners have relayed to me that round drill canvases do not sell nearly as well as square drills. In fact, there's been a few times where I've had kits from Jade that I've ordered from her and I got them in and I'm like, I just got XYZ kit in, and I show her and she's like, you got that in round? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, wow. I was like, what? And she's like, it's just nobody orders rounds. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like, and I've seen certain shops even turn their direction towards only selling square drill canvases because that's just where the customer interest is at, and that's where the money's at, which makes sense, you know. Especially with shops that buy kits, you know, in bulk and sell them straight from their warehouse or from their home, as opposed to made to order. They're taking a gamble on, okay, I'm gonna order 50 of these kits. I hope they all sell. And if the trend is that 90% of customers buy the square drill, then they're probably just gonna order the square drill, you know, and not carry around or carry very few. So I get it. I'm a round gal too. I like a round drill canvas. They work up faster for me. I think depending on the artwork and the size, they look just as detailed as the square version. I personally enjoy enhancing round drill canvases a little bit more than squares for some reason. There's more selection. At least that was the case a few years ago. Things have definitely changed, but back in the day, it was easier to find enhancement drills for round drills than squares. But things have kind of changed, but I still like enhancing a round drill canvas. And I really, honestly, truly believe that certain artwork styles look better in round drill than they do in square. Like, I personally believe that Mukas look better in round because of the soft, flowy nature and kind of swoopy, smooth nature of a lot of his brush strokes, and his style of painting, I think, just looks a little less like I don't know if you could see that in camera, but like than it does in when it's in square, as opposed to round gives it more of a, you know, more of that circular kind of curvature than a square. So I do believe that there's actually places where round drills should be used over squares, but that's just me. So you and I are in the same boat. I wish more canvases came in both, and I wish more shops offered both. But I also understand why not. So it's okay. We're just gonna have to get the scraps as they're thrown to us. Thank you for the comment. Okay, let's refresh here. Thank you for the comment. Then we're going back to my unboxing of Golden by Eau Claire Studio. Vaughn says, I think you're smart about no extra enhancements. I feel the same about Heaven's Gate. I don't want to mess up what the actual artists have figured out. However, since you're doing both, it could be a try one with and without opportunity. Yeah, it could be, but I don't want to accidentally mess up my own and then have to give away the one that looks better. So I'll probably keep those just as is. You're right. You're kind of right with Heaven's Gate. I think with Heaven's Gate, there is a little bit more of an opportunity to change things up. And I don't necessarily think it's messing up what the artist's intention was, because you're putting the same thing down in the same spot. You might just be changing the finish of it, or like the finish of it, sheen, the iridescence, that kind of thing, texture, as opposed to saying, I'm going to completely remove the gate out of Heaven's Gate and just make it all just a background. Or instead of a gate, I'm going to put a shrine in place of it, or a picture of my dog, you know. I think that would be kind of messing with the artist's intention. But I don't think changing like the type of drill used really falls in that category. Think of it like this. Like if you were to take Heaven's Gate and get it printed onto a t-shirt. Well, now instead of being in a digital format, which is, on an iPad, which is probably how it was created, now it's on a t-shirt on cloth. But I don't think that ruins the artwork, even though the texture and feel of it might be different because it's now printed on a piece of cloth. Similarly, if you were going to get it turned into a fluffy throw rug, watch out. Similarly, if you were going to get it turned into a coffee mug, well, now it's on like a different medium, or now it's on a throw rug, now it's on a pillow, now it's on a like a metal, it's been screened onto a piece of metal to be hung. Maybe that's not apples to apples, but I think if you're keeping the subject matter and the pixels or where the pixels go, you're just, that aquamarine is now an aquamarine AB. That's not changing anything too much. But if you were completely changing the composition of the artwork and making edits to the artwork itself in terms of like, I'm gonna just move this over 10 drills, and now the gate is 10, 20 drills to the right. I think that might be a little bit more closer to making some edits and changing the intent. I don't know. That's an interesting take. Because I guess if you were to turn the entire thing into crystals, that might be a little much. So I don't know. Maybe there's a tipping point. I don't know. That's a very good insight, or good conversation starter for diamond painting folks. Is what do you think is considered too much in terms of enhancements? I mean, Diamond Art Club added their own ABs and fairy dust to that kit, so were they also taking the artwork out of context, or maybe the bigger question is diamond painting in general, turning artwork into a diamond painting in and of itself, sully or changing the intention of the artwork simply by the act of turning it into a diamond painting and not leaving it in a digital format or paint or pencil or marker, or however it was originally created. Is any reinterpretation or reuse of that artwork in a different format altering the intention? All right, well, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks so much for watching. That was our last comment. We're back to the car. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. Happy placing. We'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.